Scorpio, I certainly feel like I can count on you to cut off something that is no longer serving you, and that is the vibe that I'm picking up here. Ship is the card that popped out first here. It says cutting ties, moving on, receive what you need, progression, and arriving. Something's not working out for you. You don't like the vibe of it. It's not giving you what you need. And so it feels like for most of you, Scorpio, you're either creating a new boundary to kind of reset the pace here, reset the tone, or for some of you, you're literally thinking about cutting something off, moving on. Engagement ring out here. Now, this is where it gets really fascinating and it kind of gets a little bit more serious. This feels like whoever this person is that's on your mind and your heart right now, there has been some type of deeper connection, or there has been something over time. This doesn't feel like just some spontaneous thing where you've been dating someone for a couple of weeks. It kind of feels like there's some history here because engagement ring is out here. That's all about commitment, higher commitment, eternity, partnership, and union, completion. Now, the engagement ring was in reverse. And so there could have been maybe in the past that could have been something that you wanted, maybe traditional marriage, but sometimes engagement ring pops out when we're really just talking about some type of commitment, wanting to go into business together, wanting to move in together, thinking about having children together, whatever commits you and this other person together that gives you and this other person the indication that you're solid and you're going to be loyal to each other. But because it's in reverse, it feels like there has been a change of heart. Now, beneath the deck is addiction here, and it says codependent, obsession and restraint, possession and control, emotional block. This feels like it's all about cutting off someone's dependency, some type of codependence. Now, there could be some temptation in the horizon that Spirit is wanting to prepare you for. I'm going to get some cards out here in just a moment, but it definitely feels like this addiction card is more about you cutting off some type of habit or routine of, you and this other person kind of leaning on each other without it being anything that you feel is substantial to you. You're trying to cut off the habit of just being with each other for the nature and for the routine of it, because something about it, it feels like, Scorpio, you're like, this doesn't feel like it's solid enough. It's deep enough. I don't want to just deal with someone because it's convenient. That's what this feels like. Now I'm going to get some tarot cards out here to help refine this message. Scorpio, if anyone is DMing you pretending to be me, it is not. I will never reach out to you through DM or message to do a reading with you. So please report and block them if that is something that is happening, Love Cup. All right, guide angel spirit guides for my lovely Scorpio here. What is the overall vibe, the essence, the energy that Scorpio is working through right now? Who are they in their love life at this time? And then we'll get some advice out here as well. Thank you, guide angel spirit guides. Let's see. Yep, it kind of feels like you're letting go of anything that can block you. Some of you have been dealing with someone that has been a bit controlling and possessive, or, coming off that way. All right, coming off like, there's so many different ways, Scorpio, that people can put their claws into someone, emotionally making them feel like, well, if you leave me, who am I going to be? Or sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's a little bit darker. But whatever that is, whatever has been blocking you, it's being released. It feels like you're making the decision to see the light, to see the options here. And it kind of feels like for you, Scorpio, it's like seeing the options about what it is that you can have. You're not just going to limit yourself to a certain type of person in your zip code, for example. It's like you realize that what it is that you really want, Scorpio, you can absolutely have it, okay? I'm getting chills all in my belly. This is a beautiful reading. This is a reading of victory and self-initiated breakthrough. That's what this feels like. 5 of Swords here, but it's in reverse, so it kind of feels like overcoming the small level argumentative stuff that doesn't serve anybody, just kind of overcoming little petty tensions. You're letting that go. It kind of feels like you're trying to do your part to open up. So the swords, the words, the harsh language, that's what this feels like. Harsh belief sets that tend to be limiting. It kind of feels like there's something encouraging you or pushing you to overcome this. And it's a beautiful energy for you right now. 5 of Wands. Now listen, Scorpio, I do feel like I'm speaking specifically to a Libra Scorpio cusper, because some of these same cards, with the exception of the 8 of Swords, popped out. They got a lot of 5 of Wand excuse me, yeah, 5 of Wand, 5 of Sword. They got that in their reading too. And so you could be a cusper that I'm speaking to specifically. Check out that reading if you need to. But this is overcoming. In the Libra reading, they were in the midst of realizing it, that it was a lot of tension that's unnecessary. But in your reading, you are kind of over it. You're seeing it for what it is, and now you're trying to move on and beyond. You might be ignoring someone, you may have blocked someone. You know, it just kind of feels like you're in a place of doing what you need to do to let go of anything that's not serving you. Now, for some of you, because I just realized this 5 of Wands is actually not in reverse. For some of you, you might still be dealing with some residual, kind of like Libra in their reading, but it also kind of feels like you might be having things that come up in the evening, you know, when you're thinking before bed, or, you know, you might daydream and think about this connection and probably have a little bit of inner conflict about what this has all been, what this connection has been, your decisions, your boundaries, so on and so forth. Now I'm going to get some advice out here, and then I will close so that you can continue your scrolling and you can just enjoy the rest of your morning, evening, day, whatever it is, wherever you are. God, angel, spirit guides, what is the advice? What is the advice that you have for amazing Scorpio here, for their continued progression, for their healing, for their love, for their joy, for their abundance, for whatever is in the deepest desire within Scorpio's heart? What advice do you have? Thank you, guys, and spirit guides. Let's see here. Okay. The Empress popped out before I could even start shuffling. Okay. Now, the Empress is all about creativity, love, joy, okay? There's something about you making this decision to move on and move forward that gives you an opportunity to have your joy, to have your creativity, to grow things. Now, this also could be something related to a parent. You might have a parent that's either coaching you to stay with the person or coaching you to not be with the person, but it could also be a mother-in-law's influence. And you also have the Strength out here. So this feels like be careful not to be swayed in any other direction by a very strong, powerful force. But I mean, the Empress is loving, right? So, you know, be cautious, do you are wise, you're a wise soul. But because it's the Empress out here and not like a Queen of Swords or something like that, the Empress is loving, okay? So there could also be a mothering energy. It's not about the gender, but some type of energy that feels communal, loving, that really cares about you, that might be encouraging your spirit right now, okay? That might be giving you advice, or you might be giving mothering advice to someone else that is walking in their purpose, going into their journey, moving on and moving forward. So just to recap here, Scorpio, and then I'll get out of your face. There could be a nurturing energy, a mentor, but this feels like mother, grandmother, mothering aunt, you know, some force like that knows that this has been hard and knows that moving on, your breakthrough from codependency or any other types of temptation or addictions that might be kind of in the residual, they know that it's going to be hard, and they know that you have to be brave, right? And so they're giving you loving encouragement. They're fueling and feeding your spirit so that you can have the tenacity to walk on, move on, walk on, to walk on, to move on, okay? And so this is coming out in your advice position. So if there is loving, healthy, and you know that this is coming from a loving place, it kind of feels like Spirit wants you to know that that is coming in to help you, to support you, to encourage your spirit to make the decision that you want to make. Now, I know that all of you that I'm speaking to, you're not leaving a connection, or you're not, you know, but whatever it is that you are readjusting, you are creating new boundaries around in your connection, because you got sword energy and you got some 5s out here, so some change is happening for sure. Whatever this is, and however it looks in the frame, in the picture of your life, there's someone who is wanting to love on you and give you advice and encourage your spirit to just be bold and go for it, not to overthink it, not to be fearful. But this is about freedom. That's a vibe here. This reading feels like it's a vibe about cutting off things that are blocking you, that are controlling you, and being free. Spirit wants you to be free. The thing that you want, Spirit wants for you as well. That's what I have for you, my lovely Scorpio. I hope you are well in the world. I love you, I love you, I love you. And I hope that I get to see you next week. Take care. Bye.